Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called We're Heading into a Depression and a Purge. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. That's very important to us, so we would appreciate that. Now, let's get started. Many people believe we're heading into a depression and a real-life purge. Now, this may sound extreme to you. It may sound highly unlikely, but wait until you hear more. People have drawn this conclusion because, well, for a lot of reasons. One, the economy keeps getting worse and worse. In Europe, some countries are already telling their citizens how to chop wood for their fireplace because they anticipate energy shortages this winter. Countries like Sri Lanka and Ghana have collapsed completely overnight, and they are now without food, water, or electricity. If you see news footage from Ghana in the evening, none of the buildings are lit up. There's no traffic. People are concerned about driving because there's no gas being sold. The entire city is dark and blacked out. These cities are literally darkened out with no activity of any sort visible at night. There's no water, and the list of countries out there that are about to experience the same thing is growing. So, how is this new depression going to be worse than the one in 1929? Well, one of the big differences is that in 1929, the police still enforced the laws, and the politicians still enforced the laws, and they arrested criminals. The banks and the economy collapsed back then, but at least the police still arrested the bad guys. The politicians still backed the police. Things are different this time. This time, there are already so many cities and states that are not enforcing the laws and arresting criminals that it's increasingly problematic. And quite frankly, it's very disturbing. If we go into a depression, then we suspect that even ordinary citizens who are desperate to feed their families will go out and start stealing food and other things. In large sections of Los Angeles today, the gangs already run things. Can you imagine how the power of the gangs and their influence will grow if the economy completely collapses and the police no longer respond to as many 911 calls as they used to? If you go on social media now, you can already watch the cops in cities like New Orleans sitting in their parked cars and ignoring criminals deliberately committing violent crimes right in front of them, almost as if to taunt them. That sort of thing will increase exponentially if we go into a depression. Now, here's the really disturbing part. A lot of people out there believe that we've already entered a depression. Why is that? Well, here are some of the reasons they give. Some of the airlines are now canceling between 1,000 and 2,000 flights a day, and they're doing this on a regular basis. They still haven't fixed the supply chain issue, and in many areas, the grocery store shelves still don't have much food on them. Car companies are now trying to sell cars with missing computer chips and telling the customers that they'll fix them when the parts come in. Cities all across the U.S. that tried to defund the police have now lost many of the police officers who quit, and now new police officers are refusing to apply for jobs in those cities because they know they won't back them when the time comes. One crazy city on the West Coast just increased their police budget by $2 million because they previously defunded the police, and now they still can't get new police to work there. That's because they now have a really bad reputation nationwide, and police officers looking for work do not trust them. They would rather not work anywhere than work for the criminals running these cities. The lunatics running the city of New York are now so desperate to hire new police because so many of their police have quit that they're now thinking of no longer drug testing officers applying for jobs for marijuana usage. Given how desperate and stupid some of these cities are, I think that it's only a matter of time before their police departments start trying to hire people with felony records to be part of the police department. You can't make this stuff up, man. So some of you may be asking, how exactly will the next depression be like a purge? How is that even possible? Well, very easy. What do you think will happen when criminals, burglars, murderers, arsonists, drug dealers, and rapists know that the police in their area is no longer responding to many of their calls, or is taking hours or even days to respond to their calls. We believe that they'll get even more aggressive and violent in the commission of their crimes. I remember a few years ago, back in the city of Detroit, the police would take a couple of hours to get a car to your home, and if there was a serious felony occurring, sometimes if there were active shooters at the location, they would slow roll their response. They would deliberately take longer to come to your aid. Sometimes the police won't even show up no matter what's going on. That's how overwhelmed they are, or that's how paranoid they are of being blamed for something that's not their fault. So, if you're some poor citizen being attacked by a criminal and the police can't get to you in time or won't even come, what do you think will happen? Chances are the criminals will do whatever they want to you and your family because they know it'll take forever for the police to respond. If this depressionary purge is as bad as some people think it will be, then I suspect we're heading into an era where the citizens themselves will have to figure out how to protect themselves and their families. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help get the word out. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.